Hello, my name is Stephanie, and thank you so much for visiting my channel today. I'm a holistic lifestyle coach, also an intuitive Reiki practitioner, and a registered yoga teacher. I believe that we all need a greater awareness of our holistic wellness. And the purpose of my YouTube channel is to share this wisdom that I've gained in holistic wellness during my own self-healing journey while also doing coaching with my clients. And my intention is to raise your consciousness. So this week's vlog is about how to create an active lifestyle. And that could be starting from wherever you are. Now, I've been studying kinesiology, which is exercise science, as a part of my yoga journey for the better part of 20 years. My own life experience has taught me that having an active lifestyle can be very challenging for some people, including me. And that was really because I was raised in a very sedentary environment. Never really participated in sports. I never really had an active lifestyle as a child. And so as an adult, I had to learn what it was like and how to actually achieve an active lifestyle. And I've personally fluctuated between both a sedentary lifestyle and an active lifestyle in my 45 years on this planet. Comparing the two ways of living, I realized that my sedentary lifestyle is not conducive to optimal health. You see, I've also been studying holistic wellness concepts for the better part of the last 10 years. And holistic wellness is a whole person healing process. It's really taking into consideration your entire being, all the different dimensions of your life. And it includes a healthy amount of activity to keep your cardiovascular system and your detoxification organs, including including the liver, the kidneys, and the lymphatic system working properly. In addition, having strong muscles helps our bodies recover from injuries faster, increases our metabolism, and improves our digestive function. Regular exercise also helps us sleep better. So aside from the physical benefits, though, there are a bunch of emotional benefits. Working out just makes you feel good. When you get enough exercise, endorphins are released into your bloodstream, which are actually known as the feel-good hormone. Research has also shown that exercising regularly can relieve anxiety and depression. Basically, exercise is a physical practice with holistic benefits. So anytime you're starting an exercise regime, whether it be just walking on a regular basis or anything more than that, you will definitely want to consult with your physician, talk to them about starting an exercise program, and any concerns that you have. Definitely talk to your doctor about that. However, with that in mind, in addition, you're going to want to set some goals. And the reason for setting goals is really to keep you focused on your why. So starting there, what is your personal why? Why do you want an active lifestyle? What is it about exercise or having that active lifestyle that is getting you involved in doing this? Here are my whys. So the first one, and really the most important one that started me on not only my weight loss journey, but my YouTube journey as well. If you've been following me for a while, you may have noticed that I do monthly check-ins on my weight loss journey. And the reason for that is I'm holding myself accountable for my weight loss. I expect it's going to take me quite a while to lose this weight. I started in July and I've lost 25 of the 80 pounds that I want to lose. And I'll reassess once I get to the 80-pound goal, whether or not I want to keep going or if I want to change it up. But at this point, that is a kind of gigantic goal. 80 pounds is a long way to go. So in addition to that, I have other whys to keep me focused. I want better sleep and emotional well-being. Exercise is a stress management practice and a life balance practice, and it helps me with my sleep pattern, which is super important to me. I have insomnia issues when I'm stressed out. And so the more I exercise, the more likely I will sleep a full night's sleep and actually feel rested at the end of my sleep. In addition, I want to live to be 100 or even beyond 100. So longevity is a big goal. And finally, just having an active lifestyle, getting into daily activity, just knowing what I know about kinesiology, knowing that movement can make such a difference in my physical body and how I feel. I want that in my life. I want an active lifestyle for years to come, and I'm willing to focus the effort now to bring that activity into my daily existence so that in the future, it's a lot easier for me. I know that there are going to be periods of time where I am sedentary. In fact, I'll talk a little more about that in just a moment. But the idea of continuing to engage with an active lifestyle is something that's very, very important to me. And so I'm always going back and looking at my whys. Obviously, the weight loss why is a big one because I want to be comfortable in my skin. I want to get into a physical body that I can appreciate. It's not that I don't appreciate my body now. Don't get me wrong. I love my body, but there's always room for improvement. So I'll keep going until I get to a point where, I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I like this. So in the meantime, just staying positive and staying focused. So when you're setting goals, it's very important that they're SMART goals. In addition, you want to think about your progress. So I call it progressive SMART goal setting. And so for me, when I started this journey, it was just with walking. Then I added yoga, and then I added hiking, and then I've added cardio and weightlifting. And we'll see if I add anything else. I'm interested in martial arts. Maybe I'll go and train more in Aikido. I'm really interested in bike riding. Maybe I'll start riding on the trails. I have no idea what my future holds. However, I can tell you that my goals have progressed based on my fitness level and how I feel, whether or not I can engage in more activity. So constantly keeping track of those things, checking in with yourself and checking in on, I've reached this goal. Maybe it's time to add to it. Maybe there's more that I can add to it. Having an active lifestyle, there's really no end to it. You can do a hugely active lifestyle. There are some people that exercise 2 to 3 hours a day. That for me, seems a little crazy at this point. I have a very busy life. So to add 2 or 3 hours of just exercise, I'm not sure about that. But I can see adding an hour of exercise a day. Absolutely. Maybe even an hour and a half. So we'll see how my life goes and where it takes me. So I mentioned before that setting your goals should be in alignment with your values. Now, this is something from the pages of my coaching practice and behavior change. The idea is basically that if you engage in a new practice, a behavior change, if you will, and you want that behavior change to stick, it needs to align with what you want in your life. So sitting down and really thinking about what your values are, like for me, longevity is a huge one. Optimal wellness is another one. I believe that our human bodies have the ability to achieve optimal wellness, and we should be able to feel good in our bodies. And that's something that's in my value system. That's something that I am aiming to achieve with my active lifestyle. experts say that managing your energy is a key to sustaining high performance. And so high performance, again, is an optimal lifestyle idea. It's a concept similar to having a positive mindset. It's something that you incorporate into your goals. And when you get there, you'll know. When you're in a place where you're high performing, you'll have the energy, you'll have that stamina, that vitality, you'll feel it in your body. And it's something that, internally. You might see it when you go to the doctor might say, hey, your heart's functioning better than it was 6 months ago, or you seem healthier or thinner, or your cholesterol is down. All of these things happen as a result of having an active lifestyle. But it's something that really, it's how you feel. So according to Healthy People 2020, now this is the government telling us us Americans, what they want us to engage with regards to physical activity. They said regular physical activity includes participation in moderate and vigorous intensity physical activities and muscle strengthening activities. More than 80% of adults do not meet the guidelines for both aerobic and muscle strengthening activities. Similarly, more than 80% of adolescents do not do enough aerobic physical activity to meet the guidelines for youth. So obviously, we have a lot of room for improvement as Americans. We also, as individuals, have a lot of room for improvement because so many of us are sedentary, or we've been sedentary through 2020, through this isolation period. There are a lot of my friends out there that have actually lost weight during the quarantine. There are people that have spiraled into depression during the quarantine. It has been a challenging year for all of us, but I can tell you that exercise, the reason I started in July is because I was slipping into a depression. I was sitting way too much and feeling a lot of sadness, and I don't want to be in that place. I am a very happy person. It is a very engaged place that I like to stay, and really the best place, the best way for me to continue that engagement is to stay active. So here's the how I became active this year. In July, I started walking daily. And now this wasn't super high numbers. I was doing literally 11 minutes 3 times a day. Not a whole lot of walking. Then I added yoga 2 or 3 times a month. Now, I'm a yoga teacher. If you don't have access to a yoga class, there are tons of yoga teachers on YouTube, on balancewithus.com. There are other venues like Gaia TV where you can get yoga classes in your own living room and practice yoga. Now, personally, yoga is something that I always come back to, and we'll cover that in a little bit. But the whole idea is that I understand that the physical practice of yoga is not just a relaxation or a stretching, it's also muscle strengthening practice. And so it has been my muscle strengthening practice for most of my adult life. I started practicing yoga in my 20s. And so all these years later, I still practice, and it's something that I've always come back to. In August, so I'd been walking pretty consistently every single day for a month. In August, I started walking daily and hiking weekly, and I increased my yoga practice to once a week. And I added hiking with a friend. Now, in this neighborhood, the hiking trails are open. We're able to go and hike, and we're not impeded by our government here. I don't know what the situation is all over the world right now with all the quarantines and required lockdowns. So if you're not able to hike, the best suggestion that I have for you is to find a hilly neighborhood. If you have a neighborhood where you can walk uphill, that's just as good as hiking. It will get you winded. It'll actually be just as effective. Plus, you'll be able to walk, hopefully, on cement, which is a little bit easier than hiking. In September, I had to stop. I sprained my ankle, so I had to slow down and rest and heal. I kept walking daily, very gently, and I switched to a gentle restorative yoga. So, what is restorative yoga? Restorative yoga uses long-held, supported resting poses to create the conditions for us to cultivate the skill of conscious relaxation, and most importantly, to release unnecessary habitual tension in the body and the mind. Here's a little list of the benefits of restorative yoga practice. Later on, I did try hiking, but it was way too soon. I made it about 5 minutes into the hiking trail, and my ankle was like, oh no, no, Missy, you're not going to do this. So I turned back, got back in my car, and decided to forego the hiking for a little bit longer. In fact, that was in September. I still have yet to get back into hiking, and this is December. So I will eventually get back to hiking, but in the process, in the meantime, October brought me back into my yoga practice. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about your core practice. Basically, what is your favorite activity? What is the one thing that's going to get you back off of that couch? Because for me, it's always been yoga. Yoga has been my savior. I recorded a video about 2 months ago. Yoga saved my life. It is something that I literally needed this practice to engage a healthy lifestyle in my 20s. And had I not done that, I might not be here on this planet. It really did save my life. And so yoga, it's something that I've always gone back to. Anytime I'm feeling lazy, sedentary, procrastinating, whatever, I just have to get off my butt and get on my yoga mat. It's something I keep within my view. I have a yoga mat. I'm looking at it. It is something that if I'm feeling any kind of pain in my body, especially back pain, I know that I can get on my mat and release a lot of that pain. So the pain reduction is huge. Stress, if I'm feeling stress in my body, I can practice some yoga and relieve a lot of that stress, do a little bit of those restorative practices, and really just release. So yoga is my core practice. What is your core practice? The idea is to find that core practice. If you don't know what it is, then experiment. Go try yoga class. Go try Pilates. Try Pure Barre or Zumba or whatever. Go try exercise, because there's going to be something out there that you actually enjoy. Maybe it's hiking. Maybe it's just walking. Maybe you like to go to the gym. Maybe you like to run on a treadmill. I mean, whatever it is, finding that core practice is something that's going to keep you engaged and keep you coming back for this active lifestyle. And for me, that's a big deal. That's the whole idea. It's to engage in this active lifestyle for the rest of my life. Having that core practice then becomes one of those key things that's going to keep me focused and allow me to continue to move in this direction. So in November, I was ready to increase my activity. Of course, I hadn't gotten back to hiking, and I was craving some cardiovascular exercise. But weightlifting was my next thing, and I was like, oh God, I'm scared of this. I don't know if I even know what I'm doing in the gym. I don't know how to lift weights. I'm not sure. So it took me a little bit of time to get ready for it. So I talked with some weightlifters. I reviewed some knowledgeable YouTubers, and I'll make some recommendations in the links below and maybe even link up here. I worked out with a friend who has weightlifting experience. I researched weightlifting. I read journal articles about kinesiology, especially about weight training and muscle strengthening practices. I read some blogs. I learned about high intensity interval training. And really, what was the kicker for me was working out with a friend and setting some goals about going into the gym. And I talked to him about different patterns and ways of weightlifting, doing it in sets and knowing what weights, so having somebody to talk to about it really made a big difference. And it got me engaged. It got me into the gym, and I've been pretty consistent since then. I've gone at least twice a week since I started 2 weeks ago. And I can tell you that I've already felt a difference. I feel stronger now than I did 2 weeks ago. And it's kind of amazing to see that difference. So I'm still walking daily. It's now December. I'm doing yoga about 2 or 3 times a week now. So yoga has definitely increased. And I've added weightlifting and cardio 2 or 3 days a week. What I've been engaging with in the gym is high intensity interval training, sort of. I'm not really doing the 10-minute, 5-minute break, 10-minute, whatever, that pattern. I'm not doing those patterns necessarily. What I'm doing is 15 minutes on a cardio machine, whether it be the step machine, the bike, or the treadmill, and then I'm doing the workout. So probably when my cardiovascular fitness increases a little bit more, I'll engage more with the high intensity interval training. I understand that it's really, really effective for weight loss, and that's been in my research. So I'm really interested in what that can do for me, but I am not there yet. So I'm going to allow myself to work up to that. My judgment is basically when I get to a point where I'm on the cardio machine for 25 to 30 minutes or even 45 minutes. When I'm able to do it for that long, then I will consider the high intensity interval training. Here's some information about aerobic exercise and resistance training for weight loss. So what's next? What is the further progress? Consistency absolutely counts. If I get lax on my goals, I will make excuses for myself, and I know that about myself. So journaling helps. Tracking what exercise I'm doing, how I'm feeling has made all the difference. Setting those progressive goals, as I mentioned, increasing the amount of time or increasing the intensity or both. As I mentioned, increasing my cardio is going to get me to the high intensity interval training. Once I get to that point where I'm doing exercise an hour a day, it is possible that I'm going to be looking for something else. I mentioned the possibility of getting into bike riding or some kind of martial arts training. It is a definite possibility that I will engage in more intense activity as I become more cardiovascularly healthy. I'm here in a condominium complex, and there's a gym here that's available for me for free. The neighborhood is gorgeous, so walking in this neighborhood is wonderful. There's a lake. I have a little dog, so I get to walk my dog anywhere I want in this neighborhood. It's a wonderful place to walk. In addition, my yoga practice is something that I've always done in my living room, so I don't have to go anywhere for my yoga. All of these things are easily accessible. It's something that makes a big difference in my ability to create this active lifestyle. So I definitely recommend looking for those opportunities, something that is easily accessible. If you have a friend who wants to go walk every day, if you have somebody who likes to hike, say, hey, can I join you on a hike next time you go? I mean, it's really about the opportunities that are already at your fingertips and then creating those opportunities for yourself. You know, maybe you have a big screen TV that is a smart television. You can download the Gaia app. Maybe you can practice your yoga through a yoga video on YouTube that's completely free. Like, it's totally possible to create an active lifestyle. Highly active people, I mentioned before, work out for 2 to 3 hours a day. Moderately active people are active for at least an hour a day. And so my aim is to get to the moderately active level first, and then I'll progressively get to the highly active. We'll see if I ever get to that 2 hours a day, but for now, I'm happy with being moderately active. And really, I'm seeing weight loss. I will do my weight loss check-in next week, but I can tell you that I'm thinner now than I was in July. And I love to see that progress. With an active lifestyle, it's very important to also have recovery built into your practice. So letting your body rest, restore, and recover from your exercise practice is super important, not only for your physical well-being, but for muscle building. You need that rest. If you have muscle pain after weightlifting, if you're doing any kind of weightlifting, soaking in an Epsom bath can make a big difference. There are also CBD salves and other pain relieving salves that you can put on those muscles that can help relieve the pain. A little bit of pain is okay. A lot of pain is something to be concerned about. And again, talking to your doctor, talking to even a fitness trainer, someone who has expertise about exercise can make a big difference in your quality of exercise and how you progress through this active lifestyle. Getting adequate sleep and adequate nutrition are also vitally important for a healthy lifestyle. And so for sleep, it's recommended 6 to 8 hours a day. And adequate nutrition, personally, I follow a plant-strong lifestyle, but the key is eating enough of the right foods. And if you want more information about a plant healthy lifestyle, I have a ton of resources I can share with you. Also, there are a ton of resources on YouTube and all over the internet for plant-based lifestyles. So anything that you're curious about, honestly, just ask the question. You can pretty much find it. So at this point, though, it's very important that you look at the source of that information. I'll talk a little bit more of that in a future video, but for now, the key takeaways of this video are setting SMART goals and making sure that they are progressive, lifestyle journaling, keep track of your progress, do your own homework. I'm sharing some resources below, but I do recommend that you research, you ask questions, you talk to your people, and make sure that you are taking steps in the right direction for you. Face your fears, get out of your comfort zone, find something that is interesting, that engages you, that you can create as your core practice if you don't already have one. And consistency counts. If you need help staying consistent, find a workout buddy. Find someone to hold you accountable. Accountability can be hugely impactful on your active lifestyle and how you engage with that. Thank you so much for joining me for my Wellness Wednesdays video blog today. I hope you've learned something. If you enjoyed my presentation today, please hit that like button. If you're inspired by my content, please subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell next to the subscription button for notifications about my new videos. Feel free to share my videos on your favorite social media channel as well. My name is Stephanie Buckland, and I feel very blessed to be able to share my wisdom with you here. If you'd like to support my channel and my self-healing journey so that I can keep bringing you this amazing content, please give me feedback in the comments below and subscribe to my Patreon. All of my links are included in the description below, but you can also search for me on the socials under the handle One Love Warrior. Blessings to you. Namaste.